Hi, this is Dr. K. Anbukarasi, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. In this video, I am going to discuss about the design of spur and helical gear drive. Gear drives is a mechanism which is used to transmit power and motion between one shaft to another shaft by means of successive engagement of teeth, and also to transmit motion without slip with constant velocity ratio. And depending upon the design and construction of the gear pair, the transference of motions between the driving shaft and the driven shaft can result in a change of the direction of rotation or the movement. That means, based on the design and construction of gear, whether it is a parallel teeth or helical teeth or inclined teeth cut on the gears, based on that the direction of rotation of the gear drives can be changed. If the gears are not of equal size, the machine experiences a mechanical advantages which allows for changes in the output speed and torque. Then the general advantages of gear drives over the belt drives are, here there is no slipping as it is in the case of belt drives. When the gear drive is working conditions, so that it's obtained exact velocity ratio, so that it is generally called positive power transmission drive. It can be transmitting the larger power capacity than chain drive and belt drive. Require less space of power transmit for one shaft to another shaft as compared to belt and rope drive. It should be more efficient up to 99%. That means there is no loss of power during the transmission. Then the possible of transmit motion at very low velocity conditions, but it is not possible in the belt drive. Then the disadvantages of gear drives are, the manufacturing of gear drive require for a special tooling and advanced equipments in order to making a teeth cut over the cylindrical surfaces. So the cost of manufacturing and maintenance is very high. Error in cutting teeth may causes some noise and vibrations during the operations. The defined gear mechanism, actually the circular body of the cylindrical shape and of uniform small width, teeth provided within the uniform formation on the surface of outer circumferential is called toothed wheel or toothed gear. Then the classification of gear based on different manner. The first one is the classification of gear based on relative position of their shaft axis. Whether if the shafts are placed in parallel shaft, uh, actually the spur gear, helical gears, rack and pinion, herringbone gears are used for making a parallel shaft. Here these actually passing through this and passing through this, these shafts are parallel to each other. So by using these gears, we can make a positive parallel shaft drive, gear drive. Similarly, based on the intersecting shaft, here the bevel gears and spiral gears are used for making the intersecting shaft gear drives. If it is a non-parallel and non-intersecting shaft means worm and hypoid gears and spiral gears are generally used. Then based on the relative motion of the shaft rotations. It is the motion of the shaft relative to each other is fixed, that is the root gears. Then another case is a planetary and differential gears. Then based on the peripheral velocities. If it is a low velocity gear, medium velocity gear and high velocity gear. Then the classification based on the position of teeth on the wheel. If it is a straight cut teeth, then called straight gears. Similarly, helical gear, herringbone gears. Then based on the classification, based on the type of gearing, that is external gearing, then the gears are meshed externally or internally like a rack and pinion. That's spur gear. If the teeth are cut in straight and parallel to the axis of the wheel, that gears are called as a spur gear. Spur gear are used to transmit the rotary motions between the parallel shaft. The gears are maybe as internal or external gears. When the external gears are rotated in opposite directions and the internal gears are rotated in the same directions. These are the some of the gear terminologies are used in the spur gears. This is actually a face width, top plant, then this portion is addendum and dedendum circle. Then through this circle is passing through the addendum dedendum meeting point, that is called pitch circle. This portion is face. Then this is the width of the space, and this portion is noted at tooth thickness. Then law of gearing. To obtain a constant velocity ratio, that is the main terms parameter in the gear drives. So in order to get a constant velocity ratio, the common normal of any instant of gear at each point of contact should always passes through a pitch point. Situation on a line joining center of rotation of the matting gears. So the fundamental of condition which must be satisfied designing the profile of teeth of gear wheel. So the general form of gear tooth profile, so the shape of two curve that fulfill the law of gearing. It can be used in teeth profile. If the profile of teeth of one matting gears is arbitrary and profile of the other gears is determined. Some common form of profile used in actual practice. They are involute profile, cycloidal tooth profile. Then the standard system of gear tooth profile or ACME, that is American Gear Manufacturing Association, and ANSI, that is American National Standard Institute, for standardized following form of gear teeth profile depending upon the pressure angle. So based on the pressure angle, the pressure angle is 14.5 degree composite system, 14.5 degree full depth involute system, and 20 degree full depth envelope systems, and 20 degree step involute systems. The advantages of 14.5 degree involute system compared with others is the profile teeth can be having some smooth and noiseless operations and very strong teeth. Then the advantages of 14 degree involute systems, it will be reduced the risk of the undercutting, and it will be stronger teeth with the load carrying capacity, and it will be having greater length of contact. Then another term is a pressure angle. It is the angle formed by a line passing through the point of contact of the two matting teeth, that is B in the diagram, and then the tangent to the base circles, that is the line which is passing as the tangent to the pitch circle of the matting gear, and in a line at right angles to the central line of the gears. So the standard gears have a pressure angle of either 14.5 or 20 degree. Then the another term is the backlash. In general, backlash in gears is the play between the matting gears. But for the purpose of measurement and calculations, backlash can be defined as the amount by which the tooth space, this is actually the tooth space, exceeded the tooth thickness of an encashment teeth. With this, let's see how to solve the problems on design of spur gear. Then another important factor in the design of gear drives, actually the pinion gear is subjected to more loading cycles compared with the wheel gear, and hence the pinion should be made up of stronger material compared with the wheel material. Now let's see the problem. Here a design of pair of spur gear to transmit 20 kilowatt at a pinion speed of 1400 rpm. The transmission ratio is 4. Assume suitable materials and stresses. And this problem does not having the data on a specified materials. They have given a choice. Select suitable material and stresses. Okay. By using the design data book, we can solve the problems, or we straight away using a Acme method, or by using the Lewis and Buckingham equation we can solve the method. So in this problem there is no any clear there is not clearly mentioned that whether we go for any method. So this is a general form problem, so we can use either the Acme method or by using the design data book. So first, let's try to write the given data. Here the power is equal to 20 kilowatt. The pinion speed N1, pinion is N1, then the gear driven is N2. So the pinion speed N1 equal to 1400 RPM. Yet the gear ratio is equal to 4. We know that the gear ratio is equal to N1 by N2, that is equal to Z2 by Z1. Z1, Z2 or the number of teeth on the driver and the driven. That means the number of teeth on the pinion and the gear. Here the first step is material selections. This is available at the page number 8.5. So here we can select the material for our own convenient. Here let us take pinion material is 15 nickel, 2 chromium, 1 molybdenum steel, and for gear C45 steel. So from this page we can first identify the sigma C and sigma B, that is the compressible stress, designed compressible strength and design bending strength. So based on corresponding to this material, first we select the sigma C and design sigma C and sigma B. Okay, then second step, minimum center distance. The formula for minimum center distance is available at page number 8.13. So from this we can write the formula as A is greater than or equal to I plus or minus 1 the whole cube. Here the plus or minus, plus means externally meshed gear, right, and minus for the internally meshed gears. Then the root of 0.74 by sigma C the whole square E mt by design mt by I psi. From this equation, we first find out each and every terms. Here first E is the equivalent Young's modulus of the material, which can be available at the page number 8.14. Here we are choosing material for both pinion and gear or steel. So the Young's modulus for the steel material is same. So we can take it as 2.15 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. Then for the material, when compared with the pinion, gear materials having a lower strength. So here we are concentrated on the design of gear drive based on the gear material. So here we select sigma C is equal to 500 instead of the 950 mm. Then I is equal to 4, that was given in the problem. Then the designed MT, that means a design twisting moment, which is also available at the page number 8.15. So the designed MT is equal to MT into K dot KD. Here the K dot KD is also available at the same page, that is 8.15. So based on the system, this is actually a Sparkier drive is actually a symmetrical drive about the axis, so that K dot KD we can select from the data book as 1.3. Initially we assumed as K dot KD is equal to 1.3. Then MT is nothing but the torque transmitted by the pinion shaft. So the MT can be calculated from the power formula. We know the power P is equal to 2 pi NT by 60. So from this we can calculate it as MT is equal to 136.4 into 10 power 3 Newton per mm. So based on this, we can calculate a designed MT, then substituted all these values in this. We can calculate a center distance. Then the remaining things we will see in the next video. Thank you.